Hi guys, so I'm going to run you through today's workout. This one is going to involve our bench press. Okay, so it's week 2 of our strength cycle. Same rep scheme as the rest of the week. It's 4 sets of 9. At the weight we used last week, 65%, and then we're going to add a max of 2.5 kilos onto our lift. Okay, so again, no heavier than 2.5. Again, even if you're benching big, this will be enough to get the same benefit. All right. If you feel fried from whatever reason, then by keeping the weight the same as last week and bring the volume up like we are doing, you will get stronger. If you can add the weight as well, that'll be a bonus. All right. So again, just be smart of it. Make sure you're moving well. It's a good time to really focus on dialing that technique. Make sure you got a good placement of your feet. Are you getting enough leg drive? Are your hips staying on the bench? Is your hands in the right position? Are you keeping those wrists straight? These little things you got a bit more time to think about now before it gets heavy, and you won't really have the kind of the time or the energy to think about them. All right, so just make sure you bear that in mind. And then we'll move on to our conditioning. So this is kind of like an old school games workout, benchmark. We've done it a couple of times in the past. It's muscle up biathlon, so this is basically going to be for time with a 20-minute time cap, which is slightly longer than the games one. It's going to involve 400-meter run, 18 ring muscle ups, 400-meter run, 15 ring muscle ups, 400-meter run, 12 ring muscle ups. Okay. Every time you break the set of muscle ups, not including obviously the 400s between the middle, is you have to do a 200-meter penalty run. All right. So the idea of this then is trying to reward those who can hang on a bit longer and do bigger sets. Rather than how we would normally be a bit more tactical and try and break it up before we get to that sort of point of fatigue. This will try and reward those who will literally hang on and get every single rep they can get. All right. Again, the harder you work, the less work you do overall. All right. So obviously it's quite a high skill workout. The skill ceiling on this is quite high. So we want to make sure we're preserving the stimulus no matter what ability level we are. So scale number 1 would be if I've got muscle ups, I've got ring muscle ups, right? I'm not very good at chaining together. I can only get a few. I can straight away, this would be scale number 1 is I can just bring the reps down. Instead of doing 18, 15, 12, I could do something like 9, 6, 3, 12, 9, 6 or something along the lines. Something that's going to make it a little more challenging. I'd say as a rule, we probably want to break the first set maybe 2 or 3 times unless we're doing it unbroken, in which case unbroken RX, in which case I can give you another challenge in a second. So if you can do a few, just scale the reps down. That's the first scale. Scale number 2 is if you have the prerequisite strength, if you can nail ring dips all day, if you're good at pull-ups and strict pull-ups, that kind of thing, then maybe do the transition work on a low band, set a band up on low rings, and then work that transition. Each rep should be finished with a dip, and the beauty about that is if you don't have ring dips, it'll be shown because you gotta be able to lock out the muscle up under your own steam on the banded one as well. All right, so it's good practice for that. Again, if you lack the strength, then that's what you're going to be doing today. So you can be doing like body weight ring dips, banded ring dips if you need to, and that kind of thing. But again, you've got the option. If you could do a few a few ring dips, you could even just scale the reps down and get the same kind of stimulus as someone who's doing those ring muscle ups. All right. If you've done this before and you've managed to do it unbroken, no problem. Then you can even add, for the fire breathers, you can add like a weighted vest or something, make it more challenging. I have included an RX Plus option, so you can go for that if you want a bit more punishment, all right? But yeah, every time you break the set, so say you do 9 in the first round, you run at 200, you come back in, you finish at 9, and so on, and you go from there, all right? On the last set, obviously once you finish 12 ring muscle up, that is just you done, that's your time. Again, that's a 20-minute time cap. Just be sensible again, guys. You shouldn't be trying to do muscle up drills if you're not strong enough to do muscle ups. Again, you're going to get more in the long run if you just try and build that base a bit better, get better at pull-ups and ring dips, and it will get you a lot further in the long run. All right, if you just try and do muscle ups when you're not ready for it, again, it's just going to fucking hurt you. All right, once you're that, we're going to move into accessory work. So accessory work is going to be bent over rows again. This is going to be, again, an extra set, 4 sets of 10. Bring that set up by 1, and I'm going to add a little more weight to this. Again, if it felt nice and smooth for you last week, then again, add that 10 kilos on. If it didn't feel so good, 5 kilos. If that's, again, a bit too much of a jump because it's not the heaviest, then again, you could do anything up to 5 kilos. As long as it's slightly heavier, you're going to get the benefit. Even if it's the same weight, you will still get strength benefits out of it. All right, guys. So just make sure you put your scores and modify for it. Again, check the ego, be sensible, and you get more out of it. All right, guys. Enjoy. Cheers.